So we met actually, I don't know how many years ago it was now. It was, how many years ago was it you were in Toronto?
Like 7?
Oh, it could be about 7 years ago.
Yeah.
And you had come to Toronto. It was just before you did the second Survivor, the Heroes versus Villains.
Oh.
It was literally like a couple of weeks before, I think.
Really?
I think so, because you lied. You said, I asked you what you were doing next, and you said you were going to Prague to shoot a horror movie.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh, I'm sneaky.
But it wasn't too hard to figure out, actually. It was
right. Yeah.
Yeah, but so that was cool. When you were in Toronto that time, you were hosting a burlesque festival.
Yeah, the Toronto Burlesque Festival.
Which was interesting.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah.
And I'm not really a burlesque performer, but I did do a kind of sad dance. But I got to host one of the big events, and so that was really cool. And nobody really knew who I was because I don't think Survivor was like
Survivor?
a big Canada.
Oh.
It's not. It
Oh,
may
it's
be
huge
now.
in Canada. No, it's been huge since the beginning in Canada.
Really?
So, yeah.
I just felt like I was like, I don't belong here. But my, well, now she's a friend. She was a fan, but she's the one who got me involved. That was really cool. So we're still friends.
Oh,
so that's
cool.
what that came out of. And actually, I flew her to New York to come to the finale of the show when I came back from.
Oh, very
Where
cool.
was I?
I don't know where that was. The Heroes versus Villains. Where was that?
Heroes versus Villains. Yeah, that's the one.
I don't know where you. I don't know. It didn't have it in the title. The first one had
Samoa.
Okay, the first one had Gabon in the title. That was easy.
I was there. I was there. I traveled. I was done in 3 days, and then I ended up coming back early, and I didn't stick around with everybody. So it was really fast.
Yeah.
I was it was a whirlwind, and I was so emotionally very upset.
Yeah.
So
Now, obviously, I don't know if most people know you're from Survivor. That's where I first knew you from, is from watching Survivor. And I've always been fascinated with the behind-the-scenes stuff, what kind of stuff goes on. And also, I would love to be on that show. That's like the one show I would love. They won't let Canadians on it.
Well, don't you have one yet? Canadians
No,
don't
we have an Amazing Race and a Big Brother.
You'll get one soon.
They'll
give you one, or you'll just make your own and just call it something else.
I was thinking of doing that. Me and my buddy who I go camping with, we were trying to get a 10-day Survivor in the wilderness kind of thing going, but we couldn't get enough people.
They have a lot in. I know there's one in Texas. Fan friend of mine just went to go.
Really?
Yeah, they have their own
that's cool.
practice camps and stuff. You could just find one. Google it. I'm sure.
Yeah.
You can come out and spend a couple weeks with some strangers.
It'd be a lot of fun.
Roughing it.
So.
Oh, but to answer your question.
Tell me some cool stuff.
It's real. It's real. It's none of it's fake. We sleep on the floor and cold and shivering and cuddling all night, and we don't eat but what they gave us, or we win. And I think it's more emotionally taxing and mentally taxing than physical, and it is very physically taxing, especially if you're not used to much physical exertion like myself.
But you did well. Your first season, you went to the end.
I don't know how I did so well the first season. I didn't know the game very well. I was a recruit. They found me on a pinup calendar, so they sent me 6 seasons. That's how I knew how the game was even played. But I really just picked up on the things that I thought were really cool or made me cry or made me laugh. And I was like, I want to do these things. So that's why I ended up doing a lot of stuff in the show, making a fire challenge happen and stuff like that. But just for entertainment value. And I don't even know, I was like, if I'm still here, I'm just going to make this show fun. But I didn't know how I kept, because usually if you tell somebody that you have the idol, they want to flesh it out but I kept just telling everybody I was going to use it to save them. And it's, I'm sneakier than I thought I was. But that's how you play the game. So.
Yeah. And am I right that you didn't get any votes against you at all that season?
Nobody ever voted once for me.
Unfortunately, you didn't get any votes for you either.
Yeah, I didn't get any votes for the million either. But I wasn't really expecting that. And Bob did Bob, who won that year, you're welcome, Bob. He did buy me some furniture and stuff.
Nice.
So like,
That's cool.
He kind of wanted to pay me back for like not killing him, and you're welcome.
That's cool. Do you still follow the show?
No, I don't watch the show. I never watched the show before, and
But you should be watching it now.
And I'm still not into that show. I mean, I think it's kind of a terrible thing. I think it's bad. It's very bad for certain people, like me. I was on the edge. I was on the verge of like insanity. So it just kind of, but literally the longer you're on the island, the psych will come and tell you at the end when they put you in the truck to take you away that you are now crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not to change where you work, who you date, where you live for the next year, and I did all of those things.
Oh, wow. So some people know you obviously from shows like Survivor, but other people know you because you act. You've been in a bunch of things, a whole bunch of things.
Some people, Gilmore Girl fans know me as Shane from season 3 because I got to make out with Milo all the time, and that was really cool. I did a Weeds episode after Survivor stuff where I'm totally nude, and most people remember that one too. I was covered in glitter and roller skating. And I do it with Andy because I always get to do it with the main guys. That's cool. But my first job, I was 19, and it was called For Your Love. It was kind of like a black sitcom on the WB when it wasn't the CW. And I got to work with like James LaSure, D.W. Moffat, and some really Holly Robinson Pete, some really good actors. And that was my first gig, and that was in front of a live studio audience.
Oh,
and
cool.
I was 19. I remember I messed up. I screwed up a line and I said the word fuck. And I was like, oh, fuck. And then everybody's like, wah! And I was just like, oh, and I look at the director and she's kind of smiling and shaking her head. And I was like, okay. So, because it was like kids in there too. So it was like a kind of a family show. But anyway, so like that was the best time out of all the things that I shot, like little movies and stuff like that. That was the most fun I ever had because it was in front of a live studio audience.
That's
and
cool.
it was like the mix between theater, which I was used to doing, and acting. And I wish I had stuck with that sort of part of my career, but I let emotional things, my father's death, and a lot of things, like I let everything screw with me. And so I'm really glad that things turned around and I'm married, have a baby, and like kind of a normal person now. So things I've had a real roller coaster of a life. But I've gotten to do some really cool things, and so I'm really appreciative of that. But really, I'm appreciative of the fact that I get to be like normal now and have a family.
Yeah.
And I didn't screw myself out of that somehow, so that was good.
Something you've on Facebook, you post stuff and you'll apologize all the time because I'm posting political stuff. I'm so sorry. I don't think anybody.
Sorry, not sorry. Not
I
really.
don't think anybody should ever apologize. I don't believe that. You know, that thing where people say, don't talk about politics or religion. I think that is totally okay to talk about.
Yeah, I used to say that. I try and stick with that with religion too, but but dude.
You got some amazing politics happening right now. Oh my God.
Oh, in America?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you're so lucky you're not an American right now.
See, the problem is, in Canada, it'd be nice to just sit back and look and watch the mess.
No.
But the problem is,
you're too close.
Exactly, it affects us too.
You could get nuked too. This is not funny.
Exactly, it's not. It's one of those things. In an alternate universe, it'd be great to see happen.
Yeah,
but
like
not
if
for
it
real.
was a cartoon, but this is real life. So that's it's really frustrating because, well, I mean, a lot of people are making me feel intelligent. But it's unfortunate that there are so many people that either aren't paying attention to what's going on or don't care because it doesn't affect them.
Yeah. I
mean, this attitude, I mean, like, I really want California to break off into its own thing. I mean, there's talks about it. I don't think it'll happen. It would be so great.
It could join Canada, and then we'll have...
we would love to join Canada. Can California join Canada?
I say yes.
Please, let's, like, make that happen.
That would be cool. Actually, I think there's as many Californians as there is Canadians. I think you have about the same population as Canada.
Really?
I think so.
Let's make our own country. Why not?
You might have to take what's above California. It's Oregon and Washington, right? Might be convenient to have
those guys
those
are
two.
cool.
Yeah.
We can take
we'll
them.
add them all in so we have a continuous.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, that way, everybody can move out, these people can move over, and that won't cost a lot of money. That won't be difficult at all.
Shouldn't be too bad.
See, Cartoon World.
Yeah.
This would be great in Cartoon World,
would.
but really, what are we gonna do?
But you post good stuff. You're reasonable in the things that you're posting about politics.
Thank you.
It's not like you're taking hyperbole from one side and throwing it at the other.
Well, there is so much information and like so many posts people are making on the web. And this is me trying not to post a lot as the amount that I do. So that's why they're so well hand-picked. And I'm like, that one can make it. That one's not good enough.
Yeah, see, I post stuff about it too. We follow your politics quite a lot.
I'm sure
Canada.
the entire world is watching what's going on with us right now.
Going,
and they're just as shocked as the non-slow
We're shooting this. It's been, a week and a bit since he actually was sworn in, right? Was it a Friday, the inauguration? So
it literally, I don't think has been
a week and a day.
Is it a week and a day?
And the amount of stuff that's happened in that time is crazy.
He's taking fundings and trying to put a stop to everything that we've tried so hard, and all the many different groups have fought so hard to get. And here's the thing, my mom, is a crazy Christian. If you ever saw the movie Carrie, it's very similar to Mrs. White in that movie. And she, my entire life, told me, I'm going to hell. You're Satan's daughter. You're going to hell. And she's really lucky I turned out as well as I did. And I don't ever talk about my mom. I never do, because I don't want anybody to know who she is. But she voted for Trump. I literally never want to speak to my mom again. She tells me I'm going to hell, and she, for some reason, thinks God has sent Trump to protect us from all the bad guys from the other countries. Today I posted the picture of the 4, trashy white Christian, guys that have killed over 200 people in the last, maybe 3-4 years,
Something
that is.
like that, yeah.
And no Syrian refugees have caused us any damage whatsoever. Nope. They're happy to be here. That's what America is. America is supposed to be, I'm going to cry. Damn it, I'm going to cry.
I don't know what to say.
It's so frustrating. And so I hope that Canadians know that, we're not all with Trump.
We know that more of you voted against him.
Not for him. And and he's talking about voter fraud. Did you see the little meme I posted? I made that one where
Which one?
It's Putin and him, and they're on the phone, and it says, "Dawn."
Oh, I think so.
Knock off the voter fraud thing. Trust me. Literally, I try not to talk about politics with my girlfriends and friends constantly because it's already on the internet, and that's what I do. But literally, I can't hang out with a friend without us bringing it up. It's such a huge thing. I'm sorry that I cried like a little baby. It's very frustrating, and I feel like there's something in the water places that's making people dumber than they should be.
It's scary because it's happening all around the world too. You're getting the rise of the people like that kind of leader. It's happening in Europe. In Canada, we have a guy who's running for the Conservative Party now. He's kind of like Trump light. He's not crazy, but he's egomaniac, narcissist, businessman. He's on Shark Tank, or no, he's on whatever the what's it called? Whatever.
Narcissism is a mental.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
It's an issue.
But this guy, money is the most important thing to him, and unfortunately, he could win the leadership of the Conservative Party, and then if there's enough dumb people, he could become our prime minister, and then we're screwed all over.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like if God exists, God is coming soon. Revelations is coming true to pass, and we're about to go in the tribulation. And I throw some Bible words at you because they're.
But you're from down south originally.
Yes, and I went to Jimmy Swaggart's school and church.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I have a really religious background, which is kind of crazy because, maybe that's why I was such a nice person on Survivor. I mean, a nice person as far as you can be to play the game. No, I'm totally a bitch sometimes. I'm totally like, I mean, like, I have to stop myself from calling people out on their own pages, on posts. Like, I'm like, just talk on my Facebook. Don't troll.
I figure if somebody posts something and it's incorrect, you're welcome to call them out on it. Oh, that's awesome.
It's hard.
So now you're doing other stuff. You're starting your own, what do you want to call it? A TV show, web series?
Yeah,
what is it going to be?
It's not a TV show yet. No, it's a web series. Hopefully we can sell it to a content channel. So instead of putting it up on my YouTube, but we'll see what happens. But it's, here's the thing, is I usually, now that I'm not drinking like I used to, I'm a better guest than I have been in previous, interviews. But I was like, always kind of thinking, I don't want to host because it's so straight-laced or whatever. But my friend kind of put this in my head, like, why don't you do a YouTube show? And I was like, I'm not interesting. Nobody cares what I have to say. And then my husband was like, yeah, why don't you? And I was like, well, what am I going to do? And then I realized I know 17 years worth of famous friends in Hollywood, and also writers, producers, musicians, directors. But, I know a lot of famous people, and I've never asked them for anything. So now I make them come to my kitchen in Van Nuys and talk to me for like an hour and cut together like a quick 10-minute cute, thing where we do something fun, we talk about weird things, and we, talk about their career and what they're doing next and all that. But I'm feeling better about my hosting abilities. So we'll see how it goes. I think the pilot we did was with my ex-boyfriend, an actor named Corin Nemec. He's been working since he was 12. He's been in a lot of things, so many things. He's a huge fan base. So hopefully he'll get that pilot running out for me, have his people watching and hashtagging or whatever. What do you call it? What do you call it?
Oh, yeah, you hashtag it and you share it and you.
I'm not great at what is it? Words.
Social
I'm not
media?
great at the words. I'm not great. I know I'm okay at social media actually, but I'm not good with computers. I'm kind of computer illiterate. So if it can't be done on my phone, we're in trouble. So luckily, my partner in the show is he used to do edit my reels.
Oh,
and that's
cool.
how we became friends. And we've just been friends for years. And he does these kind of shows, and it all fit together, and it's so working out nice.
I'm looking forward to seeing that. I can't wait.
It'll be fun.
It should be good. And you got a really cool set. You showed me the photo of your set. It's awesome.
My husband painted our wall in the kitchen for my set. It's really cute.
It looks really, really good. Did we mention what it's called? It's called...
Oh, the name of my show is Sugar Presents Stuff with People, which is so weird because it's very similar to your title. And I was like, hey.
People, yeah.
But we didn't know we were doing these shows. So
no, not at all.
So crazy.
Yeah.
Great minds.
So yes, absolutely. Is there anything else that's cool and interesting happening in your life?
Well, I'm married now to a very beautiful, handsome, sweet, smart, like Jeopardy smart dude that I met in New Orleans when I went back for a little bit. And I was like so ready to come back to California that when I was like said, we'd only been together for like 4 or 5 months maybe. And I was like, I'm going back to California. And he's like, okay, well, I was like, he's like, what do you want me to do? I was like, I want you to come with me. And he's like, okay. And I was like, here's the deal. I'm going to need you to work. I want to have a baby because I'm 36. It's time to do that. And if you want to have a baby with me, give me a baby, take care of us, and let's do this. And he was like, oh, okay. And he did it. He quit his job. He didn't even do a transfer thing. It was really rough when we first moved over here because we both had to get kind of crappy jobs and no offense to my previous bosses, but he's given up on he's not doing creative stuff like he used to. He used to be a photographer, and so because he's working so hard to take care of us, and we came here and it's super expensive, and came here to do my thing again or whatever. So now he's helping me with the show, with the little what is it? Not a cable access show. It's an internet show, but it's basically, it's like cable access.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do we call these? This is one.
Yeah, a YouTube show.
Yeah, a YouTube show. So he's helping me with that, just to be part, being creative and be part of what I'm doing, even though he works so much.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm really appreciative of him, and,
That's awesome.
our daughter is awesome, and she's the cutest thing. And
I just got to meet her right now. She's really cute.
Thank you. Well, her name's Punky Jean Critelli, and I've had that name picked out since I was 12. I know it sounds crazy to some people, but I don't care because I don't give a F. Most of the time, but I didn't want a name like a popular name or an old-timey name or just Jennifer or Michelle, or like I wanted a special name. And my friends are all like, I can't believe I remember you telling me this when you were 12 and you did it. Like I did.
That's
I
awesome.
waited and I named my daughter Punky Jean. That's right.
That is very.
If you guys want to follow me, I'm on YouTube, Jessica Sugar Kiper, Instagram @Sugar Kiper. Facebook, where I really do all the political stuff. That's hard to get into. Just don't worry about that. Twitter, Sugar Kiper.
Well, thank you so much for.
That's it?
Well, I think so, unless there's anything else you think of you'd like to chat about.
Ben, thank you so much for considering me interesting enough to put on your show.
You are interesting.
Thanks for letting me be your guest.
Oh, thank you.
Because I know I need to keep practicing being a good guest, because it also makes me a better host to be on both sides. And so, it was really interesting and fun, and I'm glad that you called me.
Oh, thank you. Well, I figured I'm out this way. I've got to give you a call. So.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for watching.
Yes.
That's cool.